Hi, today we talk about a residence permit in Cyprus with Milena, specialist of migration issues in Corpus Brava company. Milena, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming.
Hi Natalia, I'm excited to be here with you today.
We have some questions that are mostly asked if we're speaking with our clients regarding residence permits. And first of all, could you please tell us what types of residence permits are issued right now?
Cyprus offers different types of residence permits, including those for employment, business and investors. These permits allow non-European Union citizens to live and work in Cyprus. So, first of all, we will speak about work permit or temporary residence permit. This permit is required for non-European Union citizens who want to work in Cyprus. Another one, visitor's permit for long-term stay, but without the right to work, visitors from non-European Union countries. And the last one, investor's permit or permanent residence permit. What does it mean? Cyprus offers residency program for investors who make a significant financial investment in the country.
I heard it's not possible to get a digital visa. Am I right?
You are right. But let's speak about the digital nomad visa. This is a type of temporary residence permit. The Cyprus Digital Nomad Visa scheme allows nationals from non-EU and non-EA countries who can perform their work location independently using telecommunication technologies to reside temporarily in Cyprus and work for an employee registered abroad, or perform work through telecommunication technologies for companies or clients located abroad. It's very important. Non-EU or non-EA nationals can apply to get this visa, provided that they can perform work remotely through these telecommunication technologies, or they are employed in a company registered abroad, for which they can work location independently, or are self-employed, offering services remotely for clients located abroad. Otherwise, they can prove that they have stable and sufficient monthly net income of at least 3,500 after the deduction and contributions and taxes. Unfortunately, this program has been suspended since the beginning of 2023. But the government is planning resumption, so we will wait and see.
Okay, so today we'll talk about work and visitors permits. Could you please describe the processes shortly?
Work permit or temporary residence permit. I would like to divide this topic into two options. I will start with the owners of their business in Cyprus, who can obtain a work visa through their company. To obtain employment in Cyprus, first of all, a company must obtain the status of international business company, company of foreign interest in Cyprus, by submitting an application to the Ministry of Energy, Trade and Industry. International business company is a term commonly used to refer to a Cyprus company that has foreign shareholders. Next step, we should provide all necessary documents for the applicant and go through the procedure for registering a foreign employee with the migration department. We can discuss this topic next time if your clients are interested to know the full procedure. Another option is that a foreigner can obtain a work permit through employment with any other foreign company in Cyprus. What is the procedure? The foreigners must provide all package of necessary documents. Important one, certificate of non-criminal record from the country of origin, medical examination, medical insurance, of course, long-term lease agreement or certificate of ownership in Cyprus. Actually, contract of employment, at least 2 years of duration in both cases. The main requirements is for the applicant to have relevant academic qualification or past work experience. Permits validity ranges from 1 to 3 years and can be renewed for as long as employment is valid.
And how to get a visitor's visa?
Only third country nationals who have in their possession stable or adequate income deriving from abroad are eligible to apply for the residence permit under the status of a visitor. The term adequate income means a minimum deposited amount of 24,000 euro for every adult. This amount increases by 20% for the spouse and by 15% for each child. These amounts are proven by bank statement and SWIFT confirmation, and considering to be sufficient for a person to reside in Cyprus for 1 year. What is the procedure? The foreigner must provide all necessary documents. The next step, open a bank account in Cyprus. Through SWIFT transfer money from abroad to Cyprus. And, of course, he should confirm his financial independence, prove that he have income from abroad. Actually, foreigners must provide a detailed statement from Cypriot bank and the bank abroad. Provide a certificate of non-criminal record from the country of origin. Undergo medical examination in Cyprus. And do not forget about they need to provide a long-term lease of real estate or a certificate of ownership in Cyprus. The visitor residence permit is issued for a maximum period of 1 year without right to work, but with a right of renewal.
So, as I can see, it's not possible to get a residence permit without personal visit. But are there any requirements to be in Cyprus after you get a residence permit?
Yes, you're absolutely right. The applicant's personal presence is required, especially the presentation of the original passport and the submission of biometric data. Another requirements depends on each individual permission. If a foreigner plans to become a tax resident in Cyprus, he is required to spend more than 183 days in the Republic in a tax year. Actually, there is a 3-month rule. This rule states that a foreigner cannot be absent from Cyprus for more than 90 days at a time. If this rule is not followed, there is a risk of cancellation of the permit.
And what are the main documents the clients should prepare?
Some of the important documents required: original certificate of criminal record from the country of origin. If the applicant resides in a country other than the country of origin, the certificate should be issued from the country of residence. Ratification is necessary except the presence of a bilateral state agreements providing for an exception. Another one, results of medical tests. Actually, diplomas, copies of academic qualification, or relevant professional experience of at least 2 years. And of course, passport, birth certificate, marriage certificate, divorce, and others. Title deed or rental agreement of a house or apartment duly stamped. All these documents should be translated in Cyprus and duly stamped by tax department in Republic.
Milena, could you please tell more about timeframes? How much time is needed to get a residence permit?
The time required to obtain a residence permit varies significantly depending on the specific time of permit you're applying for. According to immigration law, processing times and requirements can change over time. On average, the preparation of all necessary documents can take 1-2 weeks. After approval of the application, the issues of a plastic card can take from 2 weeks to 3 months. It depends.
Milena, and are there any specific requirements a foreigner should be aware of?
Yes, sure. I always tell all our clients this, and I urge them to follow recommendations. After obtaining the permits, it's crucial to comply with any conditions or regulation associated with it, such as reporting changes in address or employment. I mentioned earlier that there is a rule of absent out of the country for more than 90 days at a time. This is one of the basic rules that I'm ready to talk about many times. Secondary, no less important rule. I would say mostly likely that this is a recommendation. Foreigners are not recommended to cross the border of Cyprus through the northern part, especially Aircon Airport. Well, at the end of our conversation, do not forget that any temporary residence permit, depending on the permit type, you may need to renew or extend before it expires.
Milena, thank you very much. I'm sure it was very helpful for our subscribers. Book a call with us right now and get a free consultation regarding company registration and obtaining a residence permit in Cyprus today.